right, Kristy. On August 31st, 2007,
Yes,
you defeated Linda Johnson to win WPT Ladies Night Out.
I did.
Your mother, who'd never seen you play live,
Yeah.
was actually there. How special was that for you?
That was surreal because, you know, I've been playing professionally 16 years. And she, of course, she'd never come to the casino. She doesn't gamble. So when she came when I beat her, I was very calm. And then I turned to, like, my whole family was there, and I was like, it was literally out of a movie. Like, you dream about moments like that. And I was so excited. I was just, you know, I replay that moment over and over again, like,
Yeah?
because I think it's good for visualization to think about things like that. Like, those moments are so rare in life.
Right.
It was like me having a baby or something. I was so
But no
excited.
baby.
No baby, just the win. But that was thrilling.
It's kind of crazy. You've been playing for 16 years and she's never seen you play just because she doesn't gamble.
Yeah, it's really strange that my mother hasn't come to see me play. She just, you know, she doesn't gamble, and she decided to come out. And, you know, usually I'm in Vegas or here. I don't want her to be around this godforsaken place. Not my mother. No, I just don't want her around here. So that's why I'm running. As soon as we left, as soon as I won, I was like, let's get the fuck out of here. Let's go. And she was like, yeah, look down. You know.
She does play a little bit herself,
She
though,
plays.
doesn't she, online?
Yeah, she likes to play on like gin. She's like a high-ranked rummy player. And whenever they are rude to her and say, go fuck yourself, she's like, Jesus loves you.
Oh, does she really?
Jesus loves you. What would Jesus do?
All right.
So-
Now, Ladies Night Out qualifies as a WPT title.
Yeah.
But you sort of deflected that distinction in post-win interviews. Do you consider it a WPT title?
I'm sorry, did I deflect that? I didn't mean to. Because I've cashed like 11 times. That's my 11th WPT cash. So I always said if I made a final table, I would win it. So that was the only sort of like, because I want to win an open event, not just an invitational. But no, of course, I mean, I feel very proud of that. I mean, again, like I said, it was more exciting than I thought it would be.
Well, because your family was there.
Yeah, my family, and plus I don't, if it's a free roll or something, I try to not to take it too seriously, because I'm trying to have fun now when I play poker.
Right.
Go figure. I'm trying. It's, you know.
It's hard.
It really is, and I've done pretty good the last couple months. I haven't done shit as far as cash, as I've only played a couple tournaments, but I'm having more fun, so that's really what matters.
Right. All right. So we've mentioned your mom already.
Yeah, mom.
Now let's go back a bit. You grew up in Southern California.
Yeah.
What was the childhood like?
Rocky.
Yeah?
Rocky at best. I had a very juvenile delinquent childhood.
That's what I was going to ask you about.
Yes. I was a really bad kid, dropped out of high school, did some really bad things, and then scared straight at 21. And then, of course, what's the right place for me? The Commerce.
Scared straight how?
I just kept getting into trouble, actually, and I just didn't want to spend the better part of my life in the joint, in jail. So I straightened up, really. And crime doesn't pay for all you kids out there.
So since then, since 21, you've been good.
Pretty much. I mean, I did get arrested one time a couple years ago, but that was dropped.
What's that about, huh?
That was just a misunderstanding.
Really?
Yeah. But
Don't want to talk about it.
There's no record. I have no record as an adult, so it's a good thing.
Well, you share kind of a similar story with the majority of the players, like, you know, playing with a fake ID when you were young. Tell me about your first experience playing in a casino.
Jeez, the first would be here at the Commerce, actually. I was probably 15 with the fake ID. We used to come and play in the Asian room, you know, and you'd play Pai Gow all night, and the tune would just be, and you couldn't hear by the end of the night. It was like going to a rock concert. Just come in and play and sneak out, you know, with our fake IDs. I used to sell fake IDs. That was one of my...
That's one of the bad things
one of
you
the reasons I got, So we go with our fake IDs and sneak in and... You know.
I heard you lost most of your money playing Pai Gow poker. Is that true?
Yeah, I used to gamble, and now I don't anymore. That's why I have money, because I don't gamble on it.
What got you so hooked on poker? What do you think it was?
I think it's just why I continued to play poker was just because I was still like floating in my life, as many people do, and that ended up in poker. And I really didn't, you know, I just kept making more money playing poker, and it's just sort of working entrepreneurial spirit, working for yourself, not, you know. That was kind of like, fuck the man. That was always my attitude. It still is. I'm really bad with authority, and like I've lived my life a certain way. And when I interact with normal people, they think there's something wrong with me, which I guess I am in a sense that I do view like fuck authority. Like I'm going to do what I want when I want, and I do. So
poker works for you.
Lucky. Yeah, poker works, and the other opportunities I've had via poker. So it's been good so far.
You started with 7-card stud. Is that right? Is that the game you gravitated towards?
Yeah,
you had the most success with?
I've started with Hold'em, Limit Hold'em, but it was so tough that like 2 and 4 seemed like $1 million, $2 million when I first started playing. So I went to stud because it seemed like the pots were smaller when in fact they're probably bigger. But it just was a psychological thing because coming from LA, like so many great Limit Hold'em players here. So I decided to become like a.
I wonder why it's all limit players come from here.
I don't know. Well, do you remember the World Series years ago? It used to be like, I mean, not that I played it, but like thousands of people for a Limit Hold'em first event. You know, now it's like 200 people show up, so it's quite different.
You said you had 2 jobs in poker. Yeah. You were a host for the high limit games at the Bike.
Yeah.
Which most people don't know, I think.
Yeah.
And then before that, you were a prop player at Pachanga.
Pachanga, yeah. I was a midnight prop player when the Pachanga was in 2 trailers. And it was me and 2 other props, and there'd be like 1 or 2 live guys. And if none of us rebop, everyone would go broke because the drop would get all the money by the end of the night. So we'd be off at like 3 or 4 in the morning because everyone's broke, and we'd start playing machines in a little.
Did you prop just because you wanted to be there?
No, it was like one of my ex-husbands. He was a professional player, and he always wanted me to play professionally, and I never did. I was like, playing poker's for losers.
Right.
As soon as we divorced, of course, I was like, but he suggested that I sort of play every day, and so.
Get better.
Yeah, but I don't think that helped my game at all. Really.
No?
It was a sort of degenerate time still. I was younger when Pachanga first opened. Literally, it was 2 trailers. I don't know how long ago that was. And then the high limit prop, I did that for, again, like maybe 6 months to a year, but I got fired. Because they told me to go. Like I was a host and I could go and host my game, the mixed game. But then sometimes you'd go in and they'd be like, go sit in that 40 Hold'em. And I'm like, I don't sit in 40 Hold'em ever.
And they're like, so.
I hate that game, yeah. And so kind of I disagreed. Like they let me do what I want, and then eventually like, can you come at this hour? And that just didn't work for my attitude, my bad attitude. So
what was it like coming up as a cash game player in LA?
I think it was great. I mean, it doesn't seem real to me. Like I really grinded. Like I'm a real grinder. Like I literally played 1 and 2, 2 and 4, 3 and 6, 5 and 10, 6 and 12. Like literally. And I can play a lot higher than I do now, but I prefer to play smaller and safe. I've always had the attitude of like a dime a day is what I always wanted to make, or 500 to 1,000 a day. I was never a really greedy person when I could have played higher and had opportunities, and I thought I want to be in the best game, not in the highest game.
Right.
So for me, like money management has been key from the beginning, and I think women tend to be better with money management in general.
Well, and I also think most people, those guys move up because of ego.
Oh, totally.
You know?
Like I sit in a small game, people just, what are you doing here? I'm like, because I'm trying to make money.
Right.
Like I'm not here for
I'm not going to go play in the big game.
Yeah, and I'm not fucking
sense.
anyone in poker anymore. Like, that's a professional poker player. I haven't since Bill. That's right.
How long did it take for you to grind your way up to the biggest games in LA?
What
do you think?
8 to 10 years.
Really?
Yeah.
You've put in your time.
I have. I'm tired. I need a sugar daddy. Just kidding. I had that. Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. Cut that out.
Mixed games in tournament poker.
Yeah.
Why has it taken so long to catch on since the tournament boom? I mean, the
poker boom.
Oh, and
the mixed for, like, you mean the horse and that?
Yeah, the mixed games.
I don't know. I'm glad to see that in No Limit now, Omaha seems to be a popular game, the split. High-low stud feels like it's dead, but a Omaha split has gotten pretty popular. I think just because people want sort of, a little more adventure, and, they say it's more skillful to learn all the games and play all the games well, and I agree, because tournaments are quite different than cash games, and, but all tournaments have that high luck factor, in my opinion, and I think it's almost impossible to play them for a living. That's my personal opinion.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's literally, it's that chasing the dragon thing. It's not for me, definitely.
Right.
It doesn't suit my personality type at all. I like to have some green at the end of the day.
You've said a million times that cash games are usually more satisfying for you than tournaments.
Yes.
Why is that?
Just, again, money. Like, when I leave after I get knocked out of a tournament, I want to kill myself. And I hate myself for like 2 or 3 days.